maybe see, I'm doing this in my studio today. I'm doing it from the studio. So as I'm here, I'll just take you on a little tour. This is where I teach all my private classes, which is the bulk of my business. And here we've got my wall bars, yeah, and there's lots of things hanging off those. And it's not maybe your typical piece of Pilates equipment, but these things are showing up more and more in Pilates studios these days, and it's very, very similar to a wall unit. I find it a little bit better. Down here, we've got some weights and things. Okay, weights are also things that are coming more and more frequently into Pilates studios, and we all need to be lifting weights, especially for people over 35. That's me. Okay, of course, here is my reformer. Yeah, that bad boy. Love it. That's great. It's particularly good for people that are going through rehab. That's when I find it really works. And also in the corner here, an exercise bike. Again, maybe not your normal piece of Pilates equipment, but it's a really good way, if people haven't cycled here, and a lot of my clients do, it's a really good way to get them warmed up. So 10 minutes on the exercise bike before the class begins. That's kind of what I get people to do. All right, so I'm going to get a nice angle here, and then we'll start the class in a second. Okay, the only disadvantage from doing this out of my studio is that the ceilings are a little bit higher here, and I'm not sure that the sound quality is as good as I normally do it from home. But anyway, let's start. So we're going to lie down. We're going to do a full body Pilates mat workout, beginner friendly, guys. Yeah. And we're going to start lying down today. And I've got my legs, they're about hip distance apart. My feet are flexed. And I'm going to stretch the arms gently over the head. Okay, so from here, I'm just going to feel that I'm reaching my fingers behind gently and gently pushing through the heels of the feet. And as I do that, I can get a nice gentle stretch around the shoulders, behind the shoulder blades. And very gently down into the front of my hips, actually, especially today, gently down onto the left. All right, so from here, let's just relax, and we're going to bring the right leg up into the chest. And we're going to take 4 deep breaths here, so inhaling and exhaling, inhaling and exhaling, inhaling and exhaling, inhaling and exhaling. All right, let's do that on the other side. So bring the left leg in, 4 deep breaths here, inhaling and exhaling, inhaling and exhaling, inhaling and exhaling, inhaling and exhaling. All right, let's take both feet on the floor. And what I quite like to do near the beginning or the end of the workout is this. So I'm just shaking my knees in and out. That's starting to get the blood moving a little bit around the legs, the calf. I can feel it working gently around my thighs, into my calf muscles. Let's do 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, nice. So let's slowly start waking up the abs. Yeah, we're going to start easy. We'll link the fingers together behind the head. Okay, we're going to lift the head up. We're going to lift the head and the chest up. We'll do 8 of these. When you lift the head up, don't pull the elbows forwards. Keep them nice and wide. All right, so off we go. We're going to lift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, And one more, 8. Okay, so take a little break here, guys, and we'll do a second set. With that second set, I'm going to cue the breathing. It's really good if you exhale when you lift the head up on this one. So let's do it on an exhale. Off we go. We're going to take an inhale, exhale, lift, inhale back, exhale, lift, inhale back, exhale, lift, inhale back, exhale, lift, inhale back. Let's do 4 more. Exhale, lift, inhale back, exhale, lift, inhale back. 2 more. Exhale, lift, inhale back. Last one. Exhale, lift, inhale back. All right, so I felt that mainly around this area here. We're going to do another exercise now, and I guarantee I'm going to feel it a little bit lower down into the abdominal wall and the core. And for that one, that's stretching the right leg forwards along the floor. So I've got my quad really switched on, the foot's flexed. I'm going to take my hands on the hips, and I'm going to lift the right leg up and down 8 times, and then swap to the left. So off we go. Let's lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, good. Let's do that on the left. And just so you know, when I lift my leg up, I do feel my lower back move towards the mat as I do that. That's fine. So let's do it on the left. Off we go and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, nice. So let's just bring both legs into the chest here. And what we're going to do is just roll the shoulders open, lengthen out the spine. We'll take 2 deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling, inhaling and exhaling. All right, guys, put the feet back down and let's go onto the side. So lying on the side, we did this one in last week's stream as well, I think. I've got the heels of my feet in line with my spine, my hands on the floor. Lift the top leg so the foot is flexed, the knee is facing forwards, and we're just going to push out to the side. And as I do this, I get a really nice stretch and opener here again into the hip joint. So as you push out, really reach that leg as long as you can. Okay, good. All right, let's do 5 more of these. So pushing 5, 4, 3, 2, and then we're going to stop with the leg out. So keep that foot flexed. We're going to do 10 circles. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 10 the other way. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, bring that leg all the way back in. I can feel it a little bit on the outside of the hip. Remember, I've said before, guys, that when you feel that kind of what's sometimes called a burn or a pump, that's the really good stuff. Okay, that's all the blood going through the muscle, widening the capillaries, running through the muscle, and that's what we want, hopefully, all around the body. So let's take the hand on the mat, lift the top leg, foot flex, knee forwards, and we're going to push out to the side, really reaching long in the hip as you do this, especially if you've been sat all morning. Yeah, it's a good chance to just open out the hip joint without going into any big, deep stretches. Body's not really quite ready for that just yet. Okay, let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then stop out on 1 again. All right, 10 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, bring that leg all the way in, guys, and we're going to go onto backs. All right, let's do what I call slow hip rolls. Okay, so we're going to take the feet hip distance apart. We're going to reach the arms up to the ceiling and follow me on this one. So we're going to curve the pelvis under, and then we want to roll vertebra for vertebra all the way up. We're going to take the arms over the head. If you can, guys, get the back of the hand on the floor. Then keep the back of the hand on the floor as you roll back down through the spine, and then bring the arms back up to the ceiling. So we're going to do 3 more. Curve the pelvis under and roll vertebra for vertebra up. Take the arms over the head, roll back down through the spine, bring the arms back to the ceiling. And again, curving the pelvis under, rolling up. Taking the arms over the head, rolling back down again through the spine, bringing the arms to the ceiling. And again, curving the pelvis under, rolling up, taking the arms over the head, rolling back down again through the spine, bringing the arms back to the ceiling. Okay, last one, curving the pelvis under, rolling up, taking the arms over the head, rolling back down again through the spine, and bring the arms all the way back up to the ceiling. All right, guys, we'll take the hands onto the mat, and we're going to roll onto our stomachs for what I call the kind of weird one. It's called heel squeeze pronus exercise. It's forehead on hands, heels of the feet together. It is a bit weird, but it's a really good one at working up the back of the hip and the hamstring. So off we go. What we're going to do is just squeeze the heels together as hard as you can, and then fully relax. And again, squeeze, and relax. And again, squeeze, and relax. And again, squeeze, and relax. So let's do 4 more. Squeeze, and relax. And squeeze, and relax. 2 more, and squeeze, and relax. Last one, and squeeze, and relax. All right, we're going to do cat stretches next. So wrists on the shoulders and knees on the hips. All right, we're going to drop the head and curl the pelvis under. Okay, then you want to come through to a long flat back. Be careful, guys, you don't compress the back of the neck. We're going for a long neck here and not compressed one. And again, drop the head, curl the pelvis under. And then coming through to a long flat back. Let's do 2 more. Drop the head, curl the pelvis under, and then coming through to a long flat back. Okay, last one. Drop the head, curl the pelvis under, and then coming through to a long flat back. All right, guys, we're going back into child's pose. Yeah, toes together, knees apart, long spine stretch back. Okay, and then we're going to walk the hands off and round to one side. So I'm lying my chest now on my right thigh. Drop head down. We'll stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, coming back into the middle. We're going to go around the other side. So I've got my chest now on my left thigh. Drop the head. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're going to come back into the middle. And we'll just roll up through the spine, gently, vertebra to vertebra. Okay, good. And let's come round to sitting. And we're going to do some half roll backs here. So for this one, we're taking the feet hip distance apart. Curve the spine over here, guys. You want to keep that curve as much as you can for the whole exercise. We'll do 8. So keep looking down at the floor on this one. We're going to rock back. And then keep the curve as you rock forwards. Rocking back. Rocking forwards. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, rock forwards. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, rock forwards. 4 more. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, rock forwards. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, rock forwards. 2 more times. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, rock forwards. Last one. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, rock forwards. Okay, we're going to lie down on the floor now. So we want to do this nice and slowly, guys. And I'm thinking of just pushing my belly through to my lower back. So that means my abdominal wall, my core's totally switched on. lying all the way down, and then we can go into that same position as we did right at the beginning. So big stretch out, reach the arms behind, flex the feet. Let's hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, good. All right, guys, we're going to go onto the side. We're going to do all the side leg lift series. This works really well on so many levels, this exercise. I do it in most of my group classes. We're using it today really again just as a warm-up. Let's keep the hand on the floor for all of them. Off we go. So we're going to point and flex. Point and flex. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, the next section is 8 circles, again from the hip, guys, this time with a pointed foot. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to keep that leg up here. This is the hard bit. Squeeze up the bottom leg, and then they're coming down together. So it's top leg, bottom leg, down. 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 2 more. Top leg, bottom leg, down. Top leg, bottom leg, down. Last section. So that's going to be lifting both legs up and back. Lift, back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, and relax there, guys. All right, so that definitely got the blood moving a little bit. I can feel actually that got my heart rate up a little bit too. Let's do it on the other side. On this second side, I am going to cue the breathing. All right. So if you can follow along with the breathing pattern as well, then it makes the exercise even more effective. Off we go. So we're going to inhale, point, exhale, flex. 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 8 circles next. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just breathe through this. 7, 8. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we're going to keep that leg up there. Squeeze up the bottom leg. Exhaling both legs down. Inhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. Keep going. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. Last section, guys. Inhale to prepare and exhale, lift. Inhale, back. 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 2 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, back. Last one. Exhale, lift. Inhale, back and relax. All right, lovely, guys. Okay, we're going to do a back exercise next. I think it might be better if I do it facing this way round. Yeah. What we're going to do is we're going to lie down on the stomach. Yeah. I'm going to take my hands right out to the side here. Can you see my legs are rotated? They're wide and rotated, and I'm making a T shape. I'm going to keep my nose on the floor. What we're going to do is we're going to lift just the arms up 8 times. Take a little break. Then we're going to lift head and arms up 8 times. When you lift the head up, just still keep the back of the neck very long. Okay, so 8 times. I'm making a T shape here. Just the arms first. Off we go. We're going to lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, turn the head to the side. We'll just relax here for a few seconds. And the next set, we're going to lift the head just up off the floor as well as the arms. So off we go, 8 times, and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so I can feel that working in the middle and a little bit down the spine into the lower back. So let's take the spine back in the other direction. We'll pop up into a cat stretch. Drop the head and cover the pelvis under. Okay, we'll take 2 deep breaths at the top here. Let's take an inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. All right, we're going to slide on through and we're going to do a push back to bent legs. And you might recognize this as a kind of bent-legged downward dog. So let's lift the knees just up off the floor. Keep them bent, guys. Keep the legs bent. Then you can get a lovely long stretch down the spine, underneath the shoulder joint, without it being too intense on the hamstrings. If you are slightly tighter there, let's stay here for 2 breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. All right, we're going to pop the knees back down again. Let's take toes together, knees apart one more time. We're going to stretch all the way back, and this time let's roll straight up through the middle. So straight back up gently, vertebra to vertebra, and we're going to lie down on the back. All right, so earlier we did lifting the head up 8 times with the hand behind the head, and then we did lifting the leg up 8 times. What we're going to do now is put those 2 together. So we're going to lift head and leg 8 times on each side, and if you can follow the breathing pattern that I'm going to cue, brilliant. That will be lifting on an exhale. If that's too much, you're just following the move, also fine. So let's link the fingers together behind the head, and we're going to take an inhale to prepare, and then exhale to lift. Inhale, come back. Exhaling, lift. Inhaling back. Exhaling, lift. Inhaling back. Exhaling, lift. Inhaling back. 4 more. Exhaling, lift. Inhaling back. Exhaling, lift. Inhaling back. 2 more. Exhaling, lift. Inhaling back. 1 more. Exhaling, lift. Inhaling back. Okay, so we're going to swap legs over. Extend out the left leg. Keep the foot flexed and the leg strong. We'll take an inhale to prepare. And exhaling, lift. Inhaling back. Exhaling, lift. Inhaling back. Exhaling, lift. Inhaling back. Exhaling, lift. Inhaling back. 4 more. Exhaling, lift. Inhaling back. Exhaling, lift. Inhaling back. 2 more. Exhaling, lift. Inhaling back. Last one. Exhaling, lift. Inhaling back. All right, guys, relax there a second. I can feel that now working down the abdominal wall at the front, down into the lower bit of the belly here as well. And I'm getting that slight, light, burny feeling that I spoke about earlier on the outside of the hip when we did those pushes out to the side with the leg. So that's what I can feel down here now as well. That's great. So let's go on, guys. Now that we're a little bit more warmed up, we can mobilize the spine. Let's do some spine twists. So we're going to come up to sitting for this one. So we'll come around cross-legged. All right, we're going to link the fingers together out in front, roll the shoulders back and down, tall through the top of the head, and off we go. So we're going to rotate round, turn the head as far as you can over the shoulder, coming back to the hands, and then into the middle. Other way, rotating round, head over shoulder, back to the hands, into the middle. Let's do 2 more, rotating round, head over shoulder, back to the hands, into the middle. 1 more, rotating round, head over shoulder, back to the hands, into the middle. All right, guys, we're going to push the hands all the way forwards to here. Let the shoulders come up to the ears. We're going to take an inhale, and on the exhale, a nice long stretch over, and then coming back, and then the other way, and coming back. Okay, let's do 2 more, over and then back, and one more, over, and then back. Okay, nice. Open the arms all the way out. We're going to come round onto all fours. We're going to take wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, and we're going to do what I call opposite arm and leg. Yeah. So spread the fingers out nice and wide. Make sure you've got the knee roughly under the hip and the wrist roughly under the shoulder. And what we're going to do nice and carefully is extend the opposite arm and leg off the floor. Keep the balance, and then we'll put it back. Then we'll swap to the other side. So reach, and then back. And again, reach, and 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 back. Let's do 2 more of these. And reach, and back. Good. One more. And reach, and back. Okay, so we're going to tuck the toes under. We'll do another push back to bent legs. So let's lift the knees and back you push, tailbone up, head down, relax the neck. 2 breaths here, inhaling and exhaling, inhaling and exhaling. All right, now we're going to come all the way around and let's come to sitting. Yeah, we're going to put in a modification here, guys. Modification of an advanced exercise. So feet together, knees together. We've got the fingers facing forwards, and I'm going to put my elbows down onto the mat here. Let's get into imprint. We're going to take an inhale and exhaling into imprint. So that's rib to hip, pelvic floor, belly to spine. If you're not familiar with that phrase, on my channel there's a what the hell is imprint tutorial that explains it in depth. Yeah, we're going to inhale, lift one leg up to tabletop. Exhale the other, knees together. All right, so let's circle the legs round. We're going to do 4 each way, and they're pretty small movements, yeah? They don't have to be big to be really effective. You want to try to work the core here, so I'm going to cue the breathing. Let's exhale, come round. Inhale, stop at the top. One more, exhale, circle round. Inhale, stop at the top. So let's go back the other way. We're going to exhale, circle round. Inhale, stop at the top. Exhale, circle round. Inhale, stop at the top. 2 more. Exhaling, circle round. Inhale, stop at the top. Last one. Exhaling, circle round. Inhaling, stopping at the top. All right, guys, push yourselves all the way up. Legs are straight. Feet are hip distance apart. We're going to curve on over and let's roll down all the way to the mat again. So off we go. We're going to roll on through for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to stretch the arms over the head. Stay here for 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's roll back onto the side and we're going to do what is commonly called clamshells. These are quite good exercise for the outside of the hip here. It warms up the hip joint nicely. Doesn't work the glute med, by the way. So if you're somebody looking for glute med exercises, it's something else you have to do instead, but it's still a great exercise. So off we go. We're going to lift the knee up to the ceiling. Let's do 10 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so again, that little burning feel, quite light burn, but nice anyway, on the outside of the hip there. All right, let's do the other side. Okay, off we go, and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and last one, 10. Okay, good. So that's been working the outside of the hip. Let's work into the back of the hip and the hamstring again. For that, we're going to come round onto the elbows and onto the knees. So knees are hip distance apart. I'm going to put them onto the hips I've got my toes tucked underneath. So we're going to be working the back of the hip, the glutes and the hamstrings on this one. Link the things together, keep the shoulder blades strong on the back, and we're going to lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and one more, 8. Okay, good. So let's do that on the other side. Off we go, and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, let's take the weight off the arms a second. I'm going to shake my hands out a little bit here. Okay, guys, let's go into a full plank. We're going to do a plank on the elbows. Yeah, let's see if we can hold that today. Let's see if we can do 30 seconds, yeah? I'll be counting out, got the clock there. We're going to try and do a 30-second plank on the elbows. Squeeze the legs together and try not to let your lower back sink. We're not going for like a banana shape like this. We want to get a really nice long straight line. I'll give you some cues and tips as we go into it. So let's start again in that same position, yeah? We're down on the elbows. Okay, you're going to take one leg behind. So I've really locked that leg. Can't see I've got baggy trackies on, but I've really pulled out that thigh there. I'm then going to think about pulling my belly up into my lower back. I'm then going to pull the shoulder blades down, and then I'm ready to squeeze my second leg in. I'm going to squeeze the legs together, guys. So squeeze them together and then lengthen out into a nice long shape. All right. So I'm going to start thinking about squeezing the inner thighs and the glutes. I'm going to keep the feeling of having my lower belly lifted up into the lower back. And I'm going to try to keep my shoulders away from my ears so the shoulders don't go up. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, knees on the floor. Toes together, knees apart. Let's just relax all the way back, and then we're going to go into some stretches, guys. So let's take 2 breaths here first. We'll take an inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. All right, so rolling up gently through the spine. And I'm going to do some gentle stretches. I think the first one we'll do, I'll show you with my head facing you this way. I think that's the best way to see it. So I'm going to lie round onto my right shoulder. I've got the back of the head on the floor and my knees are quite high up to my chest. I'm going to push my right hand down on top of the knees there and stretch the left arm up to the ceiling. And I'm going to follow that left arm as I open it and open my rib cage all the way to the floor. And then I'm going to bring it back again. Let's do 3 more of that. So opening it out. And then back. And again, opening out. And then back. Let's do it one more time. And opening out. And then back. All right, so we're going to roll across the back onto the left shoulder, and we'll do it on the left. So knees quite close up to the chest, back of the head on the floor, and the left hand pushing down on the knees. Stretch the right arm up, and we're going to open the arm and open the rib cage to the floor, and then bring it back. And again, open and back. And again, open and back. Okay, one more. Open and then back. All right, nice. Let's roll all the way across onto the back, and we're going to go into a really nice hip stretch. Yeah, deep into the hips here. What we'll do is we'll take the right leg over the left leg. So I've just got the ankle across this thigh. I'm going to fold the legs into the chest. I'm going to take my right hand through the gap between the legs and on top of my shin here, left hand around the outside. So let's stay here, guys. You might find that you can't quite get your hands on top here. That's okay, doesn't matter. If that's difficult, take them behind the leg here, and you can just still gently squeeze the legs in. So for me, I'm feeling a stretch around the back and the side of this hip here. That feels good. All right, so let's stay. We'll take a few breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. All right, good. So we'll do that on the other side, guys. Let's take the left leg over the right leg. The ankle is just across the thigh. Fold the legs into the chest. If you can, get the hands on top of the shin here. If not, take them onto the hamstring. Okay, and my left side's definitely a bit tighter than the right, so I can feel it a little bit more on this side. That's okay, that's normal. Okay, we'll take an inhale and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. All right, let's unwrap the legs and we'll give them another shake like we did right at the beginning. Yeah, shake the knees in and out for 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, let's come up to sitting. We're going to do one that I call the side stretch over. So for that, we're going to push both feet forwards. All right. Let's pick the right foot up. We're going to put it to the inside of the left. We're going to stretch the right arm up to the ceiling. We'll take an inhale to stretch up. And then on the exhale, we're going to reach sideways and over. And let's stay here. We'll take 2 breaths. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. All right. Coming all the way up. Push that leg forwards. And then just to finish, guys, we'll do that on the side. So picking the left foot up, we'll put it to the inside of the right. And we're going to stretch the left arm up to the ceiling. An inhale to reach up. And then an exhale to go sideways and over. 2 breaths here. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. All right. Slowly and gently coming all the way up. Well done. All right, guys, I hope you like that. That was a very beginner-friendly little workout today. That kind of ticks most of the boxes, and hopefully you feel comfortable then to start a nice, regular Pilates mat practice like this. All right, guys, I'll be doing this stream again next week. Next week will probably be from home again. So, see you then. Okay, bye-bye.